Forgiveness is a concept deeply rooted in the human experience, a virtue that transcends cultures, religions, and backgrounds. It is an act of letting go, a profound decision to release resentment and anger towards someone who has wronged us. The power of forgiveness is not only therapeutic but also transformative, both for the forgiver and the forgiven. Forgiveness is not a sign of weakness but a testament to inner strength. It involves a conscious choice to break free from the chains of bitterness and resentment that can bind us after being hurt or wronged by others. Forgiveness does not mean condoning or excusing the wrongdoing. Rather, it is about granting oneself the freedom to heal and move forward. The act of forgiveness brings about a myriad of psychological and emotional benefits. It's a powerful tool for reducing stress, anxiety, and depression. Holding on to grudges can lead to prolonged feelings of anger and sadness, which can negatively impact mental health. Forgiveness, on the other hand, lightens the emotional burden, leading to improved overall well-being. Forgiveness is also associated with increased empathy and compassion. When we forgive, we acknowledge the imperfections of human nature and recognize that everyone makes mistakes. This newfound empathy can foster healthier relationships and greater understanding among individuals. In a quiet town nestled in the hills, there lived an elderly woman named Sarah. Sarah had carried a heavy burden of resentment for many years. She had lost her son in a tragic accident caused by a reckless driver named Robert. Sarah's grief and anger had consumed her, isolating her from friends and family. She was trapped in a cycle of bitterness that seemed impossible to break. Years passed and Sarah's health began to deteriorate. She was confined to a small house with her only companion being the pain of her past. One day, as Sarah was sitting alone on her porch, she received an unexpected visitor, Robert. He had learned of her condition and had come to express his deep remorse for the accident that had taken her son's life. Tears welled up in Sarah's eyes as Robert spoke from the heart, apologizing for his thoughtless actions. At that moment, something changed within Sarah. She realized that holding on to her anger was preventing her from finding peace and closure. After a long and heartfelt conversation, Sarah forgave Robert. It was not a simple process, but it was a profound one. As time went on, Sarah's health improved, and so did her outlook on life. She reconnected with her family, mended broken relationships, and even began volunteering at a local charity. Her capacity to forgive had not only transformed her life, but also inspired those around her. Sarah's story became a testament to the extraordinary power of forgiveness. The parable in Matthew 18:23-35 draws a parallel between the kingdom of heaven and a king settling debts. It's straightforward, contrasting a massive debt owed to the king with a smaller debt owed to a servant. The key points are: the parable highlights the enormity of God's forgiveness. The king forgives a debt equivalent to 150,000 years' income and the servant refuses to forgive a debt of 100 days' wages. It shows that in the kingdom of heaven, forgiveness is infinitely more valuable than any debt. Forgiveness in Matthew is reciprocal and interdependent. The Lord's Prayer instructs us to forgive as we have been forgiven. Jesus emphasizes that we must forgive others to receive forgiveness from God. The parable illustrates God's forgiveness exceeding our comprehension, and as recipients of it, we are obligated to forgive others even when their offenses are minor compared to ours. The parable underscores the centrality of forgiveness in faith and love for one another, emphasizing that the forgiveness we receive from God should be reflected in our interaction with others. It teaches that forgiveness is a transformative power at the core of the kingdom of heaven and the kingdom we are called to practice.